They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Tulane Green Wave, Human Stadium in New Orleans, Louisiana. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Raging Cajuns will kick it off to get us underway. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Ready. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Finds his man. It's Preston. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. There he goes. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tulane!
Yeah, this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Grant. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Robertson. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Pressure coming. He'll get rid of it. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
When the quarterback leaves the pocket, I have to know that. You could tell the defense did. They did a great job skewing towards him, moving towards where he's scrambling. Now I can be in the passing lanes. Great job by the defense understanding it.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. Intercepted!
And if if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. From the gun, the ground game. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Up-tempo for the offense. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass. The sure hands, it's Hayes. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the air on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Mitchell. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Tulane looking to put one on the board from the red zone. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quarterback now breaking the field. Touchdown, Green Wave! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
Back to pass, it's Grant. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few first downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The offense changing the play. Off the play fake. It's complete to the left. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down in the 43-yard line. They'll a nice pickup running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Wide receiver going in motion. Off the RPO, complete. Across the 25, he's got room. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got him. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Oops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. Might be changing the route. Going to swing it on second down. Makes the grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave.
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Oklahoma was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Sooners performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. Always fun to see two of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And this offense is searching, man. They're trying to find something. Last week, they did nothing. They got nothing going. Looked really, really poor. This week, starting a little sluggish. They got to find something they can hang their hat on and something they can build off of for this offense.
Back to throw, it's Grant. He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the first quarter.
Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. Here's the pressure. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
So now it's second and long. He might want another play. Wants to go up top. Quick quickly to the tight end. Turning it on. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Sweet cut there. Got the first down and more. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
It's caught. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he's been making a big play, and that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill, go get the running back, get him on the ground.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised when he misses down here.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on third and goal. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. Take it off the board and back it up. This penalty will wipe away the touchdown. Third and goal, where the fire purifies and separates contenders and pretenders. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Lets it fly. And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. Oh, he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Let's go. To throw, it's Grant. Plucks it out of the air. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. It's complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
221 wing. Come on, set. Already. Wants to throw again. Here's a heat. Had to get rid of it quickly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Here we go. Set. Tight end now in motion. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This one's complete. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one. The Raging Cajuns are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Grant. Moving away from pressure. Uncorks one to the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He has the first and still on his feet. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 and pick up a 15.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They try to pop a run on the draw. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down.
Music note! Music note! Trick 9B! Trick 9B! Dance! Okay, break!
Looking to throw. Makes the grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
Steps out of bounds.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
That's caught. It's Smith. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games. That is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play, their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, you're running back, he gets out there faster. Got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left too. A lot of times you have these guys start, these wide receivers, they're game breakers, and you want to find ways to give them the football, whether it be screens, whether it be jet sweeps. Just find ways to give him the football because he can get 5 yards in a hurry when you need those plays, and especially when you want to mix it up on the defense and keep them guessing.
Wants to throw on third. Touchdown, Tulane! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. ULM rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Got a man in the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the second half.
That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Back to throw, it's Grant. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Gets it away off his back foot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Handoff to the single back. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up one or two.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Quarterback making adjustments. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Mitchell. Still running at the 40. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Bringing the heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
35, Louisiana. 0.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
35, Louisiana.
About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking for a man. It's Grant. Throwing right. No, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Got some room to run.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. From the gun, running back on the move. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Green Wave! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
After that amazing performance in week 1, this offense wasn't content. They felt like they left some plays out on the field, even though they were able to get that win. I feel like they've taken another step. They've raised their intensity level. They've raised their execution. This team is going to be a contender this year. You can just feel it.
He'll bring it out. It's Dennis. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Rides the back on the option, the give. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Catch in the middle, it's Robertson. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Gets rid of it. With the catch, it's Robertson. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just...
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted.
Brings into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Wants to adjust the pattern. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Reads it, fires complete. On the move at the 30. Running free. Touchdown, Tulane. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next.
He uncorks one deep. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring position.
They'll run the option. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line.
At the 23-yard line. Now, a 4th down.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. Coming out with it, it's Smith. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. To the air, it's Grant. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
He tries to take the top off. He's got it on the right. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback, and I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. The Raging Cajuns send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. They'll give it to him again. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Has to throw this off his back foot. Brings it down on the right side. Touchdown, Green Wave! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch it.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things.
Football 7. Football 7. Banner.
Looking downfield, it's Grant. Throws to the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Caught over the middle. It's Dennis.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. Pulls and fired complete. Oh, he's got some space. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on the critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Quarterback may change this route. The give to the tailback. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. They want that clock to run. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Motion from the wideout. Caught close to the marker. It's Reed. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Green Wave working with a fresh set of downs. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Yeah, and with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Dennis. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Dropping back, it's Grant. Snagged in the middle, it's Moss. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive.
And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
That's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense